Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Hey, Nancy. Let's all introduce ourselves. I'll wait for everybody to come in. I see some familiar faces, some not so familiar faces. How you doing, ladies? I can hear you all.
Oh, good. Doing good.
Ah,
Excited to be here.
yeah, nice to meet you, Juliana. Nancy, good to see you. Nice to meet you, Miriam. Hey, Chris. Hey,
Hi, good to see everybody.
Kelly's in the house. Let's see who else is here.
Good morning, Kelly.
This is so exciting.
Good morning.
Let's wait for all the ladies to hop in. At least a few more. Let's give a few more minutes. Ladies, this is so cool. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, the quality of the camera is not the best. I'm currently in Brazil. I'm visiting my family back home for a few more days and enjoying this. Look how beautiful though. Yeah, it's like a big forest. That's all. So I try to get here by the window to get a little bit more natural light, so the quality is going to be better. But please do let me know if you can hear me properly. Know if all things we can just all move to the phone, but I think this should be fine. Um, and just give a little bit of some announcements that are not like major, but the ladies can catch up as they start getting in. So this is the amazing challenge. I actually need to thank Kelly because it was out of a conversation we were having and another great friend of ours, Jessica, that this challenge came to fruition. So it was a great thing. We were just all talking about like how summer, no, summer, everybody works out for summer, but then summer comes and messes all of our schedules. And we're like, oh my goodness, I need to get back to my normal life. I need to get back to, feeling like myself. And even like on a personal note, if you girls follow a little bit of my journey, I just participated in a competition, which I won. Da, 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 got a crown, got everything that I wanted. Yes. And but after that, I was exhausted, so I needed to take a little break myself. This is actually part of it, visiting my family, disconnecting a little bit, giving some time for my body to rest. But I'm tired of my rest, if you know what I'm saying. I mean, if you're here, you're probably a businesswoman, so you understand what I'm saying. I'm tired of resting. I need to work. But jokes aside, it's more than just work. It's feeling like yourself. I guess we're starting already. We're starting, officially start. So it's the whole idea of the challenge is motivating ourselves and finding like accountability. I think that's the biggest thing with fitness and health. Um, we need accountability. And I'm the same, like as disciplined as I am and as motivated as I am, as much as I do love fitness and I love moving and I love looking good, I also need accountability. I also need it. Actually, that's a great part of why I use social media to do what I do because it helps me, it helps me being accountable. Like I often ask myself, if I didn't live in Miami or Brazil and I lived in a place where it's cold most of the time, would I be fit? And if my body was covered in clothes? And that's just part of me like being transparent and honest. And I think that's why people are so drawn to me and attracted to me, like for my coaching, because I'm honest and I'm real. Nancy's been a client for a while. She did a whole program at the beginning of this year, right, Nancy? And she knows like I'm just a normal person and I have probably the same struggles as you, probably the same insecurities, the same hard times, but it's possible to make it happen. That's why I like to be so transparent because I'm not on a pedestal. I'm a world champion, yes. Yay! I'm gonna keep praising myself. But it's through a lot of hard work and overcoming lots of difficulties and lots of like, mind games that the mind keeps telling us, can I, could I, is it possible? And the answer is yes. It's just a matter of us understanding systems, understanding progression, understanding how to implement the right habits the right way at the right time for the right person for the right goal. So it's a lot of little details that when they add up, they give this amazing big result to us. Okay. So the whole challenge came out of that, like, okay, we're a little bit messed up from summer. Let's get back on track. And it's like back to school also. I know probably some of you are moms, or I know definitely some of you are moms and dealing with like back to school things and the schedule can get messed up. And so this is a great attempt to gather us all together and let's organize our lives and make sure that fitness happens, not because we want to have a six pack, but because it makes us feel so much better. We want a six pack too. Trust me, I'm with you. I want a six pack. I want give me my abs back. I have no lines left, but by the end of the month, we will. We all will. But it's about us feeling good, right? Like I mentioned, I'm here in Brazil with my family and eating my mom's home cooking and all the deliciousness they have here. And even when I was still back in Miami, I was still enjoying myself. And it's good. Like enjoying good food is a great feeling that lasts about 5 to 10 minutes, and that's it. And after that, you're like, oof, I feel bloated. I feel this and I feel that. And I have a quote that I say often that's a little how can I say? People tend to disagree, but then they think about it like maybe this is true, maybe it's not. So you do it whatever you want, but I say that it's better to have an empty stomach than a full stomach. Let me tell you what I mean about that. A lot of times when we eat, we tend to eat a little too much because most of us don't have the right awareness and control of satiety, because we're used to eating just for the sake of eating because we're bored, because we're stressed, because we are lonely, because we're in a rush or whatever. So just keep eating. And that feeling of like fullness is like, oh, my tummy's full, but it's almost like you get lethargic because, and it's just physiological, that you start the digestion process. So your body needs to slow down other processes to concentrate on digestion. So there's not a lot of energy left for other things or even thinking. Like whenever you eat a big meal, like you have brain fog, there's nothing wrong. It's just your brain and your whole body converting the energy that is in your brain that we use a lot of energy for the thinking process towards the gut, which is our second brain to digest and take care of all those things that need to be taken care of. When you're like a little bit, and I say empty stomach, of course, we're pushing to the extremes here just for the sake of comparison, your brain is so sharp and like you're on it because all the energy is no energy wasted on digestion. The energy is being on your thought process, on your muscles for movement. So it's just a funny comparison that I do because I miss that other side because I've been nurturing myself for the past 3 weeks, like relaxing and enjoying some food, which is important too. But I want to get back on this side, which I don't mean to say like don't eat and starve yourself. That's not what I'm saying. This is just a comparison to understand the differences. It's like nurture yourself to the point that your body needs nurture, but not to exceed yourself. Because during summer, during vacation, like leisure times, we tend to just like indulge on our palates and our taste buds, which is okay. There's a time for that. But I would say that the vast majority of our lives should be lived on this other side here, where we are nurturing your body for function, for performance, for good digestion, for proper thought process, for proper metabolism, like enhancement, for proper hormone production, instead of just indulging taste buds. Okay, so I did this for a while, and I think most people do that during summer. Now it's time to get back on like, let's put that machine to work and do the best that we can with this. And ladies, please, if you have any questions, during the call, okay? Feel free to unmute yourself. This is like if it's your first time getting to know me, like I'm very easy. It's like this is a girl thing. That's why I had some guys ask about the challenge. Like, no, this is a girl thing. No guys allowed because I want this to be like a very intimate place and a very safe space that we can talk about things, that we can like have easy conversations. And if every challenge that I have, like you develop this it's like a friendship, it's like this like it's an exchange. I never do anything by myself. Like I put together the workouts, the nutrition, everything. We're gonna go over everything today, but this is a co-creation. Like I'm here to serve you and not to just like vomit things, information over you. So if I think I'm putting on this direction, but you girls need more of this, let's go. Like I'm here to serve you. Okay. So whatever it is that you need, any questions, there's no stupid questions, please. Nobody knows everything. I certainly don't know everything. So if you ask something that I don't know, I'll say I don't know, but I will research. And okay, so feel free to ask any questions anytime. So that's the purpose of the challenge, just organize our lives back. And from the aspect of the formation of the challenge, that's it. But of course, like I said, we love our abs and we love our muscles and we love like our toned arms. And my goal is that at the end of this challenge, at the end of these 4 weeks, we're all feeling better, looking better, eating better, moving better, and just like on a road for success. Like I want us all walking towards what I call um I don't like to call fatty season, but it's kind of it is because we have, well, first I have my birthday at the end of October, so it's always party mode. And I'm turning 40 this year, so it's gonna be like, but I'm determined to get to my 40s looking my absolute best, best even in when I was on stage a few weeks ago. So that's the mindset. But we have Halloween, we have Thanksgiving, we have Christmas, when you have all the parties that all the businesses and everybody's get together. We need to get prepared and like kudos to you for getting ahead of the game and getting ready for it now rather than, November 10 when it's like, oh my goodness, I have 10 days to Thanksgiving. I need to lose 15 pounds. Doesn't work. So the goal of this is not it's not going to be like a miraculous transformation physically. It's not a quick weight loss thing. It's a preparation for the rest of the year, for the rest of your life. I'm going to teach you like basics of nutrition, of training, of daily habit stacking that really makes a difference when you're trying to like lose weight and build muscle and all those little things, especially for us that we don't have a lot of time to just spend 3 hours at the gym. So that's the we're gonna go over the baseline of like how from here, anytime you need or want, you're gonna like, okay, game on. I know exactly what I need to do to transform my body because I'm also apart from being transparent and making sure you understand. Thank you, Chris, that I'm just like you. I'm relatable. I might be on stage, but I have the same struggles. I have the same sweet tooth. I love sweets. Yesterday, I dove myself into a peanut butter bucket that they only have it here in Brazil. It's like, oh my goodness, so delicious. But it's the last time because tomorrow I start my diet. And so I get it, like I get it. I have the same urges as you girls. But also I'm very realistic and I understand there's a season for everything. And I don't think it's realistic for us women to be 100% all the time on diet mode, and that's not good for our mind, our mental health. I do not want this, and I've suffered from a binge eating disorder back in the past, and I know a lot of us suffer from eating disorders or like a bad relationship with the scale, with food, with the mirror, and part of the whole thing that I do is like fixing those things because like if I'm 100% transparent with you girls, I look in the mirror right now, I'm probably sitting probably 15 pounds heavier than I was on stage, and that messes with my mind because I look like, oh no, man. And look, my legs are huge, my arms are huge. That's my mind. Yeah, I know, Miriam, it's scary, right? You look at me like, wait, what? Yes, girl. I'm not trying to play games. I literally feel And I know I'm a little bit bigger than I usually like to be. I'm realistic to understand that my stage look is not sustainable and is not healthy even. But I like to be a lot leaner than I am right now. But I also understand that life comes in seasons, and especially our female bodies comes in season. And it changes almost every month for most of us. And it changes throughout the year and throughout the years. So we need to understand also how to honor that and how to be okay with, wait, if my scale goes up a few pounds and I'm super stressed with work, or I'm going through this thing in my family that I really don't have time to eat so much properly, or stress is through the roof. I'm eating well, but my cortisol is so high. Your weight's gonna go up, and you need to be okay with that and understand that whatever happens with your body is transitory. It's never a definite statement. And I think that most of the times that's what like messes with us women so much because, and I've been through that so many times. Thank goodness I was able to like understand and get out of that mindset. But I used to look at myself in the mirror with my body today and look like I'm such a loser. Like I can't be thin. Like I just can't lose weight and keep my weight off because I lacked understanding that it's a transitional thing. And ideally, we get to a level where we're happy with our weights and we just maintain. But even through that, we're all getting older, like it or not. I don't care if you're 20, 40, or 60. We're all getting older. So our bodies are naturally changing. And we need to be constantly adapting to that and understanding and seeing things that happen with our body with grace and understanding that it's okay because we're constantly adapting. And I'm like, I've never been 40 years old. This is new to me. Some of you have never been 50, 60, 70. I have clients who are 80. So it's always a navigation process. And the more we're able to see ourselves inside that process with grace, the better our bodies will respond. So I'm sorry, I think I'm going too deep too soon, but this is so important because it's just so much more than a diet. It's just so much more than having the right proteins and macros and all this. It goes deeper because the way you see yourself, the way you understand your body, the way you look in the mirror has a huge impact on how your body reacts to the workouts, to the food you put inside your body, to your supplements, to your personal relationships. So, that's a big part of the challenge too is like to understand that approach with our bodies, because as much as I'm go 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 and I'm the gym and I'm hitting hard and like hitting PRs and squatting heavy and doing all those things that I love and attaining that certain look that I personally like for me, which is like an athletic muscly look. I still need to do it with grace because I've done it in a hard way many years and it never served me, and it doesn't, because we do need to understand that our bodies fluctuate. Okay. So that's major. And we're going to talk about more of this. Like we're going to have the calls, and this call is going to happen weekly. And we're going to have a chance to dive deep into those things. Any questions regarding that? Awesome. Okay, girls. So a few things that we're going to talk now about more the technical part of the challenge. Uh, Inside the challenge, and I'm going to show you in a second on my phone because that's probably most of you are going to be accessing the app through your phone. You're going to have workouts. You're going to have a sample meal plan. You're going to have daily habits. We're going to have check-ins. Okay. So hopefully this morning, all of you took pictures and weighted yourself. I know it's hard. I hate it too, especially when I'm like this. I love doing check-ins when I'm fit and veiny and like shredded, like, yeah, pictures, yeah. But when I'm like this, like, no, no. But let me tell you, it's gonna serve you so well. And trust me, like, even if you want to take the pictures and keep it to yourself, you don't necessarily need to post it. When you post it on your profile, don't post on the group, post on your profile. There's a link right there. Actually, right here, let me show you, girls. And start showing things here. So even to start, whenever you need to find me, you can just slide down, type in fitness. Wait, where's me? Where's me? Ta-da, the second right here, fitness. This is where you're gonna find all the things we need, okay? Ta-ta-da! I wish you could see better. You can see, right? So daily nutritional goal, you're gonna find something like that on your thing. Lower body. This is all the things they need to do on a daily basis. It's all gonna be here. Lower body workout, the cardio, progress pictures, track your body status. So this is where I want you to put your pictures, okay? If you don't want it, if you want to keep it to yourself, that's fine. I respect you. You girls, you're absolutely not obligated to do anything you don't want to. But if you do it, post it right here. Nobody has access but me. And when I say but me, it's but me. I have an assistant. She doesn't even have access to the app. So because I understand that's like can be a sensitive topic to some of us. So nobody sees it but me, and it will never be published unless we talk about it and we want to do a case study or anything, but most likely not. You don't see me posting a lot of my clients online anyway. Body stats, here's just weight, okay? And I think it's important for you girls to have that data as much as sometimes, like I said, it can be hard, but it's important for you to understand progress and not to say that weight alone is a good progress measurement, but it is some sort of data that we can use to track. Even like I know a lot of women, especially like I target most women over 35, 40. Some of us are actually trying to put on weight, try to put on muscle, and that is actually harder than it is to lose fat, if believe me or not. So just do it. Do it, and you see with time how much that piece of data is valuable to you. Also, when you go here on this thing, you're going to see all the things that we need to do on a day. So these are the daily habit stacking. You're going to click here. That's right. 10 or 15 grams of protein waking up. There you go. If you slide to the side, I put a little explanation for you girls why this is important. We're going to talk about this in here, but every time that I post a habit there, I'm going to put a little explanation why this is important because I'm the type of person, and you all probably are too, because if you wouldn't be business women, that I like to know the reason why things are the way they are. I just don't fall. Like, just somebody tell me, yeah, you should eat an apple a day. I'm like, why? Where'd you see that? What's the research? Why is it gonna do it? What's it gonna do to me? So I think it's important in order to follow things to understand. And so every daily habit, we're gonna work on 2 habits every week, a total of 8 habits until the end of the month that I want you to keep stacking. So we're gonna implement 2 habits this week, and first one's gonna be 10 to 15 grams of protein within 30 minutes of waking up. Why we do that? Because for women over 35 or 40, 35, depending on your metabolic health, it's really important because we start losing muscle fast. We start losing muscle pretty fast if we don't use it, especially. So for us to have that signal, that metabolical, physiological signal of protein coming inside our body as soon as we wake up, it's so important and so crucial for muscle protein synthesis, which is building the muscles that we want. So, and men are different. So that rule doesn't apply to men because men are filled with testosterone, which we're not. And even if we are, like some of us have high testosterone, still not doesn't equate to men. And our hormones are just different. So it makes a huge difference when you feed your body first thing in the morning within 30 minutes because it's a brain thing. So it signals your brain to understand like we don't need to break down tissue in order to sustain whatever activity she's doing. And correct me if I'm wrong, but most of us probably are waking up with already a schedule, an agenda. We have things to do, we have places to be, we have boxes to check. And so our brain is already, we wake up and we're like, boom. As much as we try to do the things, like I do my prayer routine, my journaling, I take my time. I like to wake up with time. Usually I gave myself like an hour and a half between waking up and my first professional commitment. Because I have a zoo at home. I have 2 cats and I have a dog. I take care of them. So it's part of my routine. Still, when I wake up, it's like my brain is like, feed the cats, feed the dog, walk the dog, which outfit I'm going to wear today, and I need to do this. And I know you're like this because we're women. Most of us are the same. So having that protein first thing in the morning signals your brain to like spare the muscle, do not break down muscle tissue, use fat instead, use carbohydrates, use other things leave my lean muscle tissue alone. Okay, so that's a big part. I've seen it's a somewhat of a recent study. I've been doing that myself and with my clients. The ones that follow, I've been doing that for about probably 6 to 8 months. And I'll tell you this. I've never had muscle so hard in my life at 40, now almost 40, compared to any other time in my life. And like, of course, it's not just that. It's a series of little smaller habits that we're going to stack that help us get that look and not just look, the metabolical health, which is we need muscles in order to age gracefully with health and with our brains healthy as well. The other habit that you're going to see on this side is hit your protein goal. And when we're talking about meal plan, and that's something I debated a lot, and like when I'm doing this challenge, like, how am I going to deal with nutrition? Because we all have very individualized nutritional needs and nutritional, um, I'm going to say preferences. So it's really hard to work with nutrition in a group setup. I did come up with 3 meal plans I'm going to talk about, I'm going to talk to you about in a second. But when you're talking about protein goal, daily protein goal, what I want you to focus is not necessarily a daily protein goal, but I want you to have in mind that every time you eat protein, I want you to hit for the main meals at least 30 grams of protein, and for the snacks, around 20 grams of protein. Okay, we're going to talk about it in a second. Kelly, what was the name of the section we're going to the apps to post daily? So, when you go right here, if you scroll down on the initial page, you're gonna see here my groups, DM and the fact challenge.
Okay. Thank you.
And here's where everything's gonna go. Some of the things that you complete, like if you complete a workout or hit your protein goal, it's gonna go automatic here. We all gonna get a notification. So you can do like myself and drive yourself nuts with notifications, just like or you can mute. But I do want you girls checking this daily because there's the whole reason why we're doing this in a group setup is that we can motivate each other. There's no point in not using the group if you're doing a challenge. We might as well do a one-on-one coach, which is great too. No, don't get me wrong. But this is like a collective effort to just all like help each other and share things. This is your space. Ask questions. All the things that we're going to talk about in the group setup is either going to be here via Zoom or on the chat. Okay, so even pictures of meals, and of course, like we haven't posted a lot because we started today. I posted a bunch of the meal plans now, but I'm going to start like sharing everything that I eat. And that's also part of being accountable because if I posted yesterday what I ate, you would think I'm insane. But now, like, I'm back on myself, and I'm gonna start posting the foods. And also, like, when you don't necessarily eat quote unquote healthy or the right thing to, and I'm gonna post everything, and I'm still gonna have some sleeps. Like, I used to have this thing called the incorruptible, what is it called? The incorruptible tribe or something like that. Back in the days, that I used to call myself, I'm incorruptible. When I have a goal in mind, nobody can take me away from it, which I get it. That is good. But I used to take that to the extreme that I wouldn't eat anything that wasn't written down on a piece of paper. And actually, I think that's part of what like led me into the binge eating disorder because that's not healthy. Like I said, like I was talking, we have phases and we need to have flexibility. Another thing we're going to talk about is the flexible diet style and how to navigate through food choices, all those things. So I want you to have that flexibility. Also, I understand that food is a big part of life and social life, and it's a beautiful thing when you gather with friends and family and people you love with, a meal that you share or like a special dish that a family member made. That's beautiful. I never want you to lose that. So here, a big part of it is we're gonna make peace with food. So this is where you post everything. Pararam, pararam, pam, pam. Now back here, if you scroll down, like feel free to mess with the app. There's a bunch of awesome things here. I don't want to overflow you with lots of things, but all your data is going to be here. And that's all on the initial page, right? When you go here to the second thing, is a little calendar here at the bottom. You're going to see, and ladies, this call is going to be recorded. It's going to be sent to you via email, okay? So you can always reference back. But once again, feel free to use the chat for any questions. Boo Boo is texting me. She missed the call. So all the workouts are going to be here. Lower body, walking. I haven't uploaded all of them because I'm going to be building the workouts as we go because I want to see how easy or how hard can I go. And all the cardios, everything's going to be here. But you don't necessarily need to use this a lot because the workout of the day is going to be always on the initial page. Okay, so if you follow this page, most of the things you need is here just as you open the app. But I don't know, let's see what else. Yeah, you don't really need the other things. Now, let's go back to this. When you hit on the group, here at the bottom, let me see. I'm glad I'm showing you at the app because the vision that I have on the thing, perfect. The vision that I have on the desktop is different. So when you are here in the group, there's a little eye right here at the top. If you post it right here, it opens up a new page that here has the workout. And if you put on the side, there's files. This is where like most of the data is going to be shared with you. So all the files, I'm probably going to send it to you girls via email as well, just so you can have easy access on your email. But all the meal plans, I have like a grocery list. I did a substitution macro cheat. All the things are going to be here. Now, I'm going to show you on the screen just because it's easier to see a little bit of what you have there. So give me 1 second. Let me share my screen because we're going to talk about nutrition and how I want you to be really mindful of how we're going to approach nutrition because like I said, it is very individualized. So I did 3 meal plans. And like I said, it's a sample meal plan. I put somewhat of what I think most of us should be as far as calories. Like I said, it doesn't apply to everybody. I want you to try. I want you to taste it. I want you to like play with it. And please, any question can be as specific as possible. Send it on the group chat because me explaining something to you might help all the other women around. Like if you ask me, can I substitute chicken breast for chicken wings? Ask me that as silly as it might be, because it's not silly at all, because it might help other women, okay? So the 3 meal plans that I made one omnivore with all food groups. I did one pescatarian and I did one plant-based. Now I need to state here that I did a plant-based because I respect all my girls and I do have some clients who are plant-based, but I need to state that as far as protein quality, it's really hard to find good plant-based protein sources that are not higher in carbohydrates. And that makes somewhat hard for you to build lean muscle on a plant-based diet. Also, plant-based protein sources, they lack one essential amino acid, and that's a little bit more on the technical side. But let's just say they're not a full protein per se. So they don't have the same effect on the muscle as an animal protein has. That's the caveat that I say, and it's you're gonna see the difference between the meal plans. Like the plant-based protein is a lot higher in carbohydrates because to achieve a certain amount of protein with just plant-based options, it's hard. So you have to raise your carbs. So that's my caveat. I respect people's from there because I understand a lot of it is ethical issues. Some people just don't like it. I get it. I don't. It's you. It's you, and I respect you. But I just need to say that from a technical standpoint, it is harder. Okay, but there's an option right there if you want. So let me share my screen. Let's go. Allow. Yes. Oh my goodness. Why is it not allowed? Give me 1 second, ladies. There you go. Piece of cake. Pop. No, it wants me to quit and reopen. Hell no. Here's what I'm just gonna share with you girls here. I'm gonna send on the chat the files and you can open and we can discuss it while we talk about. But it's all on the app. And like I said, I'm gonna send it to you via email. I just want you to take a look as we talk about it real quick. Ba-dum-ba-bum. There you go. This and this. These are all the files that are there. Going to everyone. Perfect. So the meal plan, you're gonna see, I try to make it as simple as possible. And like I said, I work with flexible diet, which means there's not one single food group or food specific that you need to eat. We're all different with different needs and different preferences and different cultures. So working with flexible diet means understanding that the need for the body is basically the macronutrient need. So when I tell you you should have 15 grams of protein in the morning, I don't care if that protein comes from yogurt, from cottage cheese, from an egg, from protein powder, from tofu, from anything. Your brain understands and your body understands the protein inside that food. And that's what converts into muscles. And that, like working with that mindset of a flexible diet, is what allows us to have a sustainable and delicious diet, because I want you to build your diet based on the foods that you love, not on the foods that I love. So I try to put as varied as possible and as simple as possible meal plan to kind of try to cater to all of us. But I want you to take that, whatever meal plan that you adapt the most, like the omnivore, the pescatarian, or the plant-based, use that as a sample and start like playing with it. Start playing with quantities, start playing with food choices. Also, if you check here, I did one of them, I did a like a macro substitution cheat sheet. That's so hard for me to say. And I put like several options for like the configuration got a little off. Okay, I'm gonna have to redo this because the configuration got a little off with quantities, but don't worry, I got you girls. But I put like several options of food choices so you can get 30 grams of protein. And then I put several options of carbohydrates that you can get 25 to 30 grams of carbohydrates. And I put several options of fat sources that you can get at least 10 grams of fat. And that helps you so you can play around. Like, so let's say you open the meal plan and I have there for any, let's say for breakfast, you have 10 grams of fat and you don't like eggs, you can go on the list and simply like, okay, I don't like eggs, but maybe I could have an avocado instead, half an avocado, and that's going to be kind of like the same amount of fat sources and fat quantity. And also, on top of that, I want you to know that the body is extremely wise and smart to understand how to process things and what to do with what we give it. So we tend, especially us women, because we're so precise and we pay so much attention to details, and sometimes that can be a disservice to us because we're so precious and we want to be so precise that it hurts us because we think like if I can have the perfect diet, then it's not worth it even doing. That's a lie. It is worth doing an imperfect diet. It is worth fixing one meal of your day and having other four meals kind of messed up. Every little thing counts to the point that every single effort counts, but I don't want you to overstress if you're eating 4 ounces of steak or 3.8 ounces of salmon. Like the body can handle it. The body can adapt, the body can understand, the body can mold, the body can like do things in an easy setup. Okay. So let's not be super precise in details and forget about the macro picture, because that's what really matters. That's what's going to make a huge difference in our bodies, like the long run and the small but consistent little changes that we talk about. Cardio, there's also cardio suggestions for you inside the app. I'm gonna start very gentle so you don't get scared, but then we're gonna keep pushing. So every week, every day is gonna be a little bit more. And that's something that I'm gonna put on the one of the last habits that we're gonna go over for. But by the time we start talking about it, you're gonna already be doing it. So it's gonna be easy to assimilate, but it's the progressive overload. And when you talk about progressive overload, it's that thing that we talked about at first. It's like slowly making your body work a little bit more, do a little bit more, like be challenged a little bit more. So instead of doing like bicep curls with 5 pounds, maybe you do next time with 7 pounds, and next time with 8 pounds, and next time with 9 pounds. You might not feel the difference while you're doing it, but with time, that does count a lot. And the same thing with nutrition is like improving a little bit your protein intake, and then like maybe choosing better carbs, and then maybe like making sure your fat sources are the best ones for your hormonal production, and maybe splitting the meals like in a way that is better for muscle protein synthesis. So instead of just having one hard thing that we're gonna do, and if we don't follow, we're doomed. No, we're gonna slowly like molding and learning, like adapting to that new way. Because, like I said, I want you to understand how your body works, and I want you to take this for the rest of your life. Um, I never want my clients to be with me for the rest of their lives. I want them to be my friends forever, but I want them to necessarily need to be coached, because my goal and my dream is that you learn so much about yourself that you don't need me. You might still want me because it's fun to have somebody train you and have somebody like you don't want to think about. Like I love having a trainer, because when I hire my trainer back in Miami, like I just get to the gym and I don't have to think, and it's beautiful. Like just tell me what to do. It's awesome. But like I want you to be such the like the biggest master of your health, that when we're co-creating, we're talking, like you help me understand your body, and like, man, I think this is it. And so you understand what's happening. Because I think most of us, we delegated our health for other people for such a long time. And I know, and I'm sorry, but like health and fitness and medicine, they failed us. They have been failing us. So you need to take back charge of like, no, I know what works for my body, and now do some research, and I'll try it out. I'm my biggest guinea pig. I try everything on myself, and because I'm so aware of my body and I'm so in tune with my body, I can understand what works and what doesn't. And there's this inner like innate wisdom once you like start looking within, that you just know when things work. And then you go look on the science, like, oh yeah, science really does back this up, because it's just our bodies are just beautiful, beautiful machinery. Juliana is asking, can we use protein shake for protein loading multiple meals a day? Yes, Juliana, you definitely can. The things with protein shakes is it's very practical. I use it a lot, especially when I was getting ready for my show. I was having two, sometimes like 2.5 to 3 protein shakes a day. And I like to do like it, I don't like to do like with a lot of water. I like to do a little bit of water and like almost eat it like a fudge. It was delicious. I can teach you. I had a challenge I did with some girls back in the past. They used to call it the protein crack, because it was like it's so delicious and so addicting. It's so good. I put a little bit of protein powder, a little bit of peanut butter or powdered peanut butter, cocoa powder, and that's it. But I'll teach you those later. But you definitely can. The thing with protein shakes is, good thing is like it's fast absorption, so it goes into your bloodstream super fast, especially like after a workout. That's probably one of the best things you can have is a protein shake, because your muscles are like needy of that, that food, because they've just been destroyed. So when you drink the protein shake and your muscles need, like the body sends that straight to your muscles. Okay. So that's great. Um, Another thing, it's very practical. It's easy. You can carry protein powder anywhere, have it in your purse, a little Ziploc bag, or a little container, mix a little bit of water. Sometimes if when I was doing that, which I'm probably gonna get back to it at this season, I just pre-mix it in the morning, leave it on my purse. I mean, it's time to just eat like in 5 minutes, put it back down. Um, it helps you stack a lot of protein, because also one of the problems that we have as we start getting older is we're not as hungry, and it's hard to eat the amount of protein that we need. So when you can condense 30 grams of protein instead of a big, huge plate into a small container of protein, it's easier on the stomach. The bad side of it is like we lack some vitamins and nutrients from whole foods when you do that. So if you want to do more protein powders, it's really important to start like paying attention that maybe a supplementation with vitamins and minerals should be happening. It should be happening regardless because we can never eat all the things, but it's just an extra thing to pay attention. Like if you're not eating lots of fruits and vegetables and varied forms of whole foods, probably a good thing to amp up a little bit the supplementation on vitamins. Um, Bye, Kelly. Thank you. She's also asking pea protein versus whey protein. So pea protein is one of the best ones as far as plant protein, but it also falls on that same setup that it doesn't have. So a protein is just a conglomerate of amino acids, right? And we have essential amino acids that we need in our body for all structures, like anything that we have in our body, as far as tissue, nails, hair, eyelashes, bone, cartilage, all those things, skin, it's all comes from protein, from amino acids. Amino acids like our Legos, is our building blocks. And plant-based proteins, they lack one essential amino acid, which is the leucine, which is essential for muscles specifically. So that's the thing with plant-based protein. You're lacking that. So you can still build muscle. It's just, I like, how can I say, it's just not as effective. If you could compare muscle growth with protein sources, let's just say, and I'm just throwing out numbers just so it's easier to verify. Don't quote me on that, but let's say if you did it with whey protein, you get 100% muscle growth. You did it with pea protein, maybe a 75, 80% growth. Still good, still pretty good. It's just not complete. So I personally, I rather do whey protein. If some people have some sensitivities or they really don't like doing any animal-based products, so pea protein is perfectly fine. If you don't have any problem with animal protein sources, but you do have a problem with whey protein, there's some other sources that we can get, like a hydrolyzed one that is a more pure form of whey protein. Okay. Um, Chris saying, I love the Equip protein. It's beef protein, cocoa powder. Steven tastes so good. That sounds delicious. Beef protein is really, really good too. Ladies, well, we're actually about to wrap it up and open for Q&A. You can keep sending them on the chat. Any questions, any comments, any concerns, you can open up your mic and say hello.
I speak it instead of typing it. It's a little long. Hi. Thank you for the protein thing. I'm on medication that I have to take it in the morning in empty stomach, and theoretically, 30 to 60 minute empty, empty stomach after I take my meds. So it kind of like falls right on the border with the protein. Any thoughts?
Well, I had to. I was taking thyroid medication. I have hypothyroid. Yeah, it's
Me
it's most
too.
of us. It's like a genetic thing. I'm trying to get out of it. So after my show, I took it for my show a little bit extra just because I needed to be on top of my game. But now I'm off for a while. But I did that. So I woke up first thing, pop in. My mom also takes it. Pop in, and 30 minutes after, maybe 40, I would do my protein thing. It's not like a hard rule. Nothing in fitness or health is a hard rule. So if you have to wait 40 minutes, still better than not doing it. If you have to wait an hour, it also still helps. It's not like if you miss the 30-minute window, then it's like, oh, windows off, go. See you tomorrow. No, it's still good. It's like that same thing that people ask, like, how long do I have to eat after a workout? You'll have the rest of your life to eat after workout. There's not like a thing that they say that it closes the metabolic window. Yes, the closer from the workout that you can eat or have your protein shake, the better, like the better absorption you're gonna have. But it doesn't mean if you have to wait an hour, like if something happens, then it's all lost, like it's all worthless. No, like you still have absorption, you still have benefits from it. So I would say like have your pill as soon as you wake up, and maybe like 40 minutes, if you're safe. Next time you see your doctor, ask him like, is it 40 minutes okay? 30 minutes okay? Just so to make sure. But I'd say like the 40-minute window should be still perfectly fine.
Thank you.
My love. Any other questions, ladies? This has been so fun. I'm so excited. So enjoy your workouts, enjoy your cardios, enjoy your daily habits, enjoy the group, post as much as you want. I'm gonna keep sending you the videos and resources. We're gonna be talking about it. Like, use the group. I can't coach you if you're not showing up. So just please keep showing up. and that we can go over things. Trudy's asking, is it best to walk right after working out or later in the day? Both. They both work perfectly fine, Trudy. Having a walk right after a workout or any form of cardio is really beneficial because it helps your body understand that your muscles are depleted. So all that energy you're spending on that little cardio after the workout is basically targeting your fat cells to remove that from your body. Also helps in recovery instead of just stopping and going on with your day. It helps with recovery. So it helps your body keep moving. So all the acid, lactic acid, and all those things are going to start moving in your body a little bit faster. Third thing also, it's really important after a workout for you to calm down and understand your body because we need to shift gears. When you're working out, you're on catabolic mode, like you're on destruction mode, like you're breaking down muscle fibers and muscle tissue, like you're destroying. When you stop and you do a cardio or a stretch or just like a breathing exercise, you're telling your body destruction is over. We can start building again. And that's when muscle growth happens. So it's really good for that. If you can't do it right after, you have to do it another part of the day. That's also amazing because what happens is you have some peaks on your metabolism. So if you work out in the morning, let's say you have a peak on your metabolism here, and then it goes down throughout the day. And then when it's about going down, 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 and you go do cardio again, you have another peak. That peak equals like metabolic expenditure, like you're spending energy, you're making sure your body moves faster. So that's also a great benefit. If you want to do both times, maybe do like 20 minutes after workout, 20 minutes later in the day, 30, 30. That's also amazing. But you're welcome, my love. Thank you, Nancy. So good to see you again, my love. Yes, ladies, any more questions? We do have more time here, so feel free, don't get shy. But this has been amazing. Like I was saying, use the group, like just keep showing up. I'm here for it. I'm like, if anything, just help me feel useful, you know? Use me as much as you can. I'm here for you to serve you, to help you. I want to see you thriving at the end of this challenge throughout and in life. Okay. You have a friend here, somebody who wants to see you do the best that you can. Okay. You all have go on and have a beautiful and blessed day. It's nice meeting you, the girls that I haven't met before. Nice seeing familiar faces, and we'll keep in touch. Have a beautiful Monday. God bless you. Bye bye.